My name is Catherine Ye, and I want to talk about something very marginal, which is culture. Not money, not economics. And my project starts with, in 1910s and 1920s, early 1910s, there was a revolution in Peking Opera. And the revolution is represented by the concept of dance entering into the acting stage. And it helped transform Peking Opera. You might think theater necessarily will have dance, but in the early 20th century, so-called dance has vanished from the Chinese stage. And it was led by a group of young dancers who decided to reintroduce dance into Peking Opera. And with this introduction, that is young dancers playing female roles, that young actors, male actors playing female roles called dan. With this introduction of dance into Peking Opera, a revolution took place, that from an area and singing aesthetics, Chinese stage within 10 years became dominated by a visual culture, which is the beginning of a 20th century, a visual take on the stage. You had new dance forms, new music, new costume, new makeup, and even new stage designed for this type of new production. Two questions comes to my mind. Why dance? What is dance meant for the local people at that 1910s? And what motivated them to insert dance into a so-called very traditional Chinese theatrical tradition? Dance entered Peking Opera as a transcultural dialogue. Actors and directors and playwrights, in particular, a man called Qi Wushan, which I study, went to Paris and saw modern dance. This is Louis Fuller, one of the major modern dancer, American modern dancer, performing in Paris. Her technique is to transform dance into pure energy and movement through silk dance. And if you look at the image before, there is a direct influence of this silk dance into Peking Opera. What was dance for the Chinese actors? Dance for them represented the 20th century symbol of modernity, movement as opposed to stillness. It was a movement. We have, movies also. This is a century of movement. So with this stimulation, what happens in local culture is not that they imported modern European dance into Chinese stage. No, it stimulated local agency and inspiration. Where is our dance that we have lost? The lost dance to recover traditional pre-modern 古典舞 Chinese dance became a 10-year project for Chinese stage. Thus, we have today a classical Chinese dance from the 1910s, from this group of actors. But this is not the end of the story. The Denishang group, American modern dance, Lucien Dennis, maybe some of you know, visited China and was so enthusiastic about this sash dance, which was migrating through the world. They imitated, they took over, they learned it from Mei Lanfang, and did this sash dance. The point I want to make is that when we talk about cultural migration, cultural interaction, that is the norm. Originality is not a useful concept. Culture takes what it needs to revive and rediscover itself and regenerate an identity. So in this sense, that the movement of sash dance actually goes back even earlier, that people say that Louis Fuller was influenced by Vietnamese Chinese dancers. So my point is, culture continue to influence each other, and there's no stop. Thank you.